Have you lost your Amazon keyword ranking recently? Or have you lost your Amazon's choice badge? Or is your product category different? Or you're missing your BSR? Or maybe your search category is misaligned? If you answered yes to any of the above questions, then stick around until the end of this webinar because we've got Colin Raja, an Amazon launch with a lot of confusion with browse nodes and other things related to categories. Hi, Colin. Welcome to the MMK show. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate it. Hopefully,
Hi, Colin.
when hey, Kevin, how are you? Hey, Margaret, how
Good.
are you?
Good to see you again, man.
Good to see you. It's been a while, right? I think we did it
Yeah,
like
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
2 years ago or something on the COVID
yeah,
time.
something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
The years just fly by, Colin.
Oh my God, I couldn't believe that, right? We passed 2 years right now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, yeah, I mean, thankfully, COVID time is over. So that's behind us.
In 2 years, my hair's gone grey, Colin.
No, I got blonde actually. There's nothing wrong, and there's nothing wrong you getting white actually.
So Colin and I also recently caught up in Thailand, where we were speaking at Mike Michelini's cross-border summit, and so it was really nice catching up with you, Colin, over there. And you were talking about all of these strategies, and we've also been seeing you post on Facebook, your case studies. So we'll get into the details of all of the launching strategies. But tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and then we'll get into your strategies.
So okay, so yeah, basically Colin Raja. So I started my business in 2015, 2014ish. I'm 15 actually. Out of reading a Rich Dad Poor Dad book, and then Robert Kiyosaki introduced math and everybody, and I was like super cheap actually. I'm not gonna buy $5,000 course actually, but I know how to do that one. So I spent like 19 hours a day to learn the system and completely, come up with a new strategy. So I spent 19 hours. 1 year, I made like $1 million actually completely. So from there, we started growing completely. Um, so during those process, that's where we understand a lot of things about algorithm because I worked in data. I'm also back in data science. I worked in the data science also before. So I was able to understand what is the algorithmic aspect of it and how can I able to understand what's happening behind the scene actually. So that's my experience. That's where I come from.
Okay, awesome. All right, so let's get straight into the launch strategies that you've been talking about recently, and what are you basically seeing in terms of the changes that are being made on Amazon with the browse nodes now?
So yeah, so right, so this changes was started in 2019. Not a lot of people be aware of this actually. So before, I mean, I start this one here. I mean, most of us hear about this. So it's like the we usually like put up a category. We in 2019 and 18, 17 and all. What we do is like we find a very loose category and try to put the product there and get the bestseller batch. So Amazon find those things and then like, you know what, we have to stop it. So they want to introduce something called a browse tree guide actually. They want to introduce like they want to be like a only certain categories can rank for certain keywords. So you cannot be going to different categories and you cannot rank for like something. You cannot rank for like a different category. For example, if you go in electronics, you cannot rank for like a home, like our spatulas or any other keywords actually, right? So they introduced that one based out of a browse tree guide with the item type and product type attributes actually. That's where they introduced it completely. So how this works is basically, so we have a category and they come up with like a something called a browse tree guide actually on the category. So most of the time, the browse tree guide category and also our category matches actually. But the another important element is if you go on and check PTG guide in a seller support, you'll able to see like a number of browse tree guide actually for all the categories will be available. It will mention what is your product type, not product type, what is your item type you need to be have, right? So it has to match with your product type, which you can be seen in the product ad upload feature actually. You can able to find out the upload feature. So those information needs to be matched. If the category and then browse tree guide and then your product type and item type, if that's not matching, you are in trouble actually. So you end up in like seeing all the issues what you're talking about, it exists, and most of us doesn't know that how to fix it, how to find it first of all, and what was the issue? Why? Because we always focus on unidirectional of, okay, if the keyword rank was down, we just like, okay, we do like a giveaways, we do like something to rise to increase the keyword ranking. I mean, if you don't know this part, it doesn't matter how much giveaways you do, you're not going to go anywhere actually. One of the client I worked with, basically, they were doing like a thousands of giveaways, and then they were ranked for like 306 actually. They're still trying to rank with that number of giveaways actually. But then I got the listing, and then I found that there is like a complete mismatch on all the things what we talked about. So once we fix it, the keyword was automatically boosted to like top 10 positions. So that much powerful it has in terms of like building the ranking and building the relevancy for the certain keywords right now.
Right. And so, what all is affected? Like, what all is connected to browser? So you said the BSR, the actual rank.
Yeah.
Um,
So if you go into like okay, you will lose Amazon choice actually. The first indication is
the
like
first
the
one.
Amazon choice. The first indication is like you will lose Amazon choice in the first place, right? And then the second one is like you will automatically lose certain ranking or certain keyword. You're not gonna unrank for most of the keywords, like not lot of keywords. You're gonna not rank for certain keywords, which is could be a main keyword, which could be not a main keyword, right? And what you have is basically you will be ranked for only a different subcategories, which you don't even know what category, how it exists. The fourth issue is like your browse tree node and your category completely mismatched completely. It's a Then if that happens, your relevancy will be increased and your PPC cost will also get increased like crazy. The fourth issue is like uh, you automatically, what will happen is right, when you rank the keywords, when you try to rank the keywords, your ranking will not be move at all completely. So here's the catch on this. The catch is if your product was doing good from the very beginning, before like if the product was like doing good from 2017, 2016, your sales are really up actually. So the algorithm is basically satisfy your values actually based on the sales value. You're not going to have any problem. You don't have to touch your listing. When your sales are really good, when your rankings are really good, you don't have to do anything. What are we talking about? But this is what happened in 2020 and 2021. Most of the bigger sellers actually they went out of stock. The stocks they went out, and the product was messed up actually completely. Then when they try to regain it back, the momentum back, that's where they need to fix all the things. They thought it's gonna come back automatically, but it's not gonna. It doesn't happen actually like that. So I seen like close to 100 listings so far as like a so much issues. We fixed so many listings like that before.
So, Colin, could you maybe go through and just give people like a step by step of where
Sure.
they need
Yeah.
to go, how, do you know what I mean? How they need to
I know
do
what
it?
you're talking about. Yeah,
I think
sure.
a
Yeah,
lot of people,
definitely.
yeah, don't know where all this fits. So, would you like to
Okay.
do that?
Sure. Yeah. So what you need to do basically, first thing first, is like check what is your browse tree guide actually. The browse how to find a browse tree how to find the browse tree node is basically if you take your canonical keyword in your URL, like for example, amazon.com/dp slash, you will just in ASIN, you will see the browse tree node actually on the top of it. When you take the browse tree node, go to that add update statement actually, add product, um, like a flat file template actually through the flat file template. You put the keyword there, you put that browse tree, you navigate through the browse node, and you will able when you click that one, the browse node, you automatically see what is a product type and item type looks like. Okay. If you go and then check your flat file, or you go to your back to your listing and check if the product type and item type is matching or not. If that does not match, then you need to fix that one actually. If you don't fix that one, that's where all the issues we'll be talking about. The second one, what you need to do is basically you need to go through go and then type BTG guide in Seller Central help actually. You will able to see the BTG guide help page actually completely. You will go download the Excel and you will find out your what is a browse tree guide looks like, what is a browse tree node looks like, and on the other side that you will have a refinements actually. So you need to fill the proper refinements for your particular browser node. Otherwise, you will not able to show for the refinements, all the refinements what Amazon has actually. So that's the second issue. The third issue is basically I recently discovered something right now, like yesterday, literally. So the one was like a GL, which is like a general ledgers, which is called a product group type, which is like a root of your browse tree guide, which is like, let's say that if you are in like a home category, you will have like a GL home. If you are an office category, you will be like a GL office. Um, if you go on, you are not able to see the GL very easy. Actually, you need to call the seller central, ask them what is your GL for your product. And if your GL is not part of your browse node, then that's the next mess up that what you have. So you need to ask them, can you update the GL? So recently, one of the issue what we found is like called a display website actually. So it's a website display name actually, right? That needs to be matched with the GL. So if that's not matching, that's the another problem what you're having. Sometimes the GL is like a GL home, the website display could be like electronics actually. So those things needs to be aligned in listing. If that's not aligned, those are the chaos what we will face actually.
Right. So let's see, we've got Daisy saying, "Good morning, you beautiful people." Good
Morning,
morning, Daisy. How are you doing? It's a shame Colin does not show a share screen demo. I'm a visual learner.
I wish
Yeah,
yeah
that's going to be difficult, right? Because you
it
don't
could
have
be
screenshots.
difficult. I don't have the
Yeah, you'll have
screenshot
to.
of it. Let me. Okay, you know what? I'll see if I what I can do right now. Let me see if I can log in and then um
Yeah, if you could log in, that'd be great.
if I could
Um,
log in, I will be able to do that. Let me. Oh God.
yeah, if not, but the other thing that we can do is maybe post screenshots later on in the comments. You can send us screenshots later, and then we can maybe after we finish, we can post them.
Let me see. I can log in right now. Just a minute. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Um.
Daisy, there we go. We're giving it a try.
instant action.
Yes, call in action. So, everybody watching here, if you have any questions, feel free to type them in the comments. And you can also follow Colin on Facebook. He's been, in fact, posting about this relaunch strategy. And there's this new product launch, and there's like a case study that Colin has been doing, and we'll talk about that as well. I'm interested to learn more about this product launch that he's been tracking and talking about. But go follow Colin on his Facebook to learn more about this case study and also just to get more updates from him.
Okay. Let me see if I can present. Share screen.
Yeah,
Share.
and
Uh,
then Google tab.
Windows. I wanna go into okay here. Sure. Okay, let me know what you guys see right now.
Okay, so yeah, we are seeing your
Yeah,
screen,
seeing
Okay,
you.
perfect.
and yeah, we're
All
seeing
right.
it.
So let's say I'm putting the wood fire keyword. When you take a look at this, you don't see nothing here, right?
Yeah.
When you go into this is a canonical URL, canonical keyword. So I just
Mhm.
remove this and you should be able to see your browser guide, browser node actually, basically. So you take
Oh,
Oh,
this value and then go and then like get the templates via upload and they go smoker. So let's say that is that a right one? Patio
food
grill
smoker grill.
grill.
Barbecue grill and
Grill and smoke, right? So, okay, this is the
Grill
one
and
actually.
smokers.
So when you take a
Yeah.
look at this, so this is what it is actually. So this is select classified as like a smoker. Product type is like a food smoker. The item type keyword is like a smoker actually. If
so
those
that'll
values are not really properly updated, that's where you feel the mismatch completely.
okay.
So if you go here on the other time, put BTG, BTG. Okay, so yeah, if you go down, sorry, not yet. Okay, style guide template. If you go down here, so you will see, okay, here, I'm gonna go into this particular category, which is like a patios and lawn. Where is the patios?
Hmm.
Municipal. Okay, here you go. When I click on that, you can able to download the whole. Let me know if you're able to see this
Yeah.
sheet actually.
Um,
It'll
yeah, we
just be a
can
bit
see the
slow.
window, but it's not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's not
working to
loaded
download
yet.
it,
Okay,
Colin.
all right. I gotta select that one actually. Share screen, window. I can say like entire screen. Okay, share. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
cancel. So I go here. This is basically a browse tree guide. Um,
Hmm.
this is what it is actually. A browse tree guide node is basically. So here's the secret of it, right? There's an important thing. So every browse tree guide will have like a basically will have like a root, branch, and leaves actually. So every product is supposed to be in the leaf node. It shouldn't be in the branch node or root node actually. So basically, if you take a look at this, all the grays are root actually. This is a root and this is a branch. Okay. So basically, sometimes in the subcategory of the branch we'll have the item type, but you shouldn't be part of that at all. So you should these are like a branches actually. So the branches you never be part of it. You should be always part of this leaf node. Every leaf node will have this. I think it's like a 7 character, 7 digits node ID. And each and every leaf node will have like item type keyword, will have like a corresponding. So if you don't have this actually, that means that this node is like under the cross they called as like a, what do they call, like a, that's like a cross reference or cross node actually. This could be like a this particular leaf node is belongs to a different category as well. The one node can have like a multiple category. For example, let me go here. I'll show you here. For example, here, if you go into this food smoke, you have an this is like completely this. Okay, let me go into like let me say like what keyword I can use. Okay, food board. So yeah, if you take a look at this, right, the cutting board. Uh, okay, if you take a look at this, right, this one is in a home category, and also this one is like industrial scientific as well, right? You can either choose one of this. It doesn't have to be the both are shares the same product type and item type. If you select the both, this one and this one, it's
Hmm.
like a same product type and item type actually. So these are like a cross node when you don't have the when you specifically don't have the hold on, I'm going back to the so okay, when you specifically don't have the refinements, so you will our item type keyword actually, our refinements there, you will able to see that in the cross node actually. So cross node will have all the refinements. You take that value and then put that in. So the best hack, what I found, is basically identify your competitor product type and item type, and then browse node. basically. Why? Because that's where Amazon was like make them as like a more relevant. That's where they are like able to rank more keywords, right? Those keywords, those browse nodes, those item type keywords are more relevant for your product. Then map that one towards your product actually. So but make sure it's not, so when you change your product type and item type alone, you need to make sure that you change your browse node as well, and also you need to change your GL as well, and also you need to change your attributes, and also you need to change your refinements. If you don't align all the things, that's where what we talk about it will happen actually completely. Did I clear that answer?
Yeah, I think it'd still be good if you could actually just do a few screenshots so we can add into the comments, because I think people, it's so many screens. So if you could just go here, just give us half a dozen screenshots, that would be fantastic.
The screenshot of
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
later
for
on.
later. We'll do it later. You can send it to
We'll
me.
do it later.
We'll add it.
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
just add on it.
It's a
Daisy,
lot
let
of
us know if
data.
that makes sense.
It's a lot of data for people to get their head around.
No, this is like a big topic to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, I can
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
going. I mean, we cannot.
Yeah.
It's just like we're gonna do like a couple of workshop and all the things actually. But I
Yeah.
have like a detailed videos. Well, because each and every topic needs to be taken like a 10 minutes of it. Well, because we cannot. I'm just want to be make sure that people are aware that this is happening actually, right? Well, because not a lot of people. At least if I give I usually get knowledge out of like a clues actually. When I get a clues that okay, hey, there is something exists actually, then I need to go and check it out. The smart people, we are all, people are running the business here, they're all smart actually. They can able to go and then like figure it out. If they know that one, okay, where they can able to go and then find out and figure it out super fast. Where I was like stuck before is like, oh my god. So when my product went down, what happened? My rankings were really good. My product was like a PPC was really good, and I have everything is right. I mean, what else is wrong? If I don't know, if I don't even know that there is something called a browse tree guide, actually, there is like a big mess is happening there. That means that I'm missing the whole piece of it. I just want to make sure that you know people heard this term. I don't know how many people, if you guys comment about it, how many people know about browse tree guide node actually? What does a BTG guide looks like? What is it like? What is it like a product type, item type? How many people know about it, first of all? So
Yeah, type in the comments if you guys knew about that before Colin mentioned it, or if you had, used it. So
yeah,
we've
and
got
how
some
many of you
comments.
know that? How many of you know that it needs to be aligned? Actually, it's like
Yeah.
that's a new to us actually completely, right? So
Mhm.
Yeah, I
that's
didn't
what
realise
I.
it changed as much. I mean, I thought, once you're in there, I mean, I know if something went wrong, but you're saying it's going wrong for lots of people. So it's not just a one-off, it's a much bigger, issue in Amazon.
It's a very big accounts are got affected actually. If you're launching a new product, it's okay. I mean, as long as you don't touch your listing, you're good actually. So let's say that that's another thing. So let's say that you're going and creating a template, as creating the product. So so you creating a product right now with a wood category itself, right? So
Yeah.
and then you figured out, okay, that's not a right category. I need to go on and change it, right? You went in and changed it. You basically move from one template to another template, right? But you originally like choose a different template, but that's the template you're going to have in your list. So Amazon template itself different. If you go to the industrial and scientific, and if you go to the home and kitchen, if you go to the sports and outdoors, each and every template is different. Amazon has one has like a different attributes on it. One has like a long length attributes can fill up actually. So there are so many different things. So when you move from other things, you make sure that your template is also changed actually. If you just check the back end, a product type, an item type, and all the things, if you don't change your templates, if you don't know how, if you don't even know that exists actually, then you end up in like a wrong template, and you're not taking advantage of the whole thing that what your competitor is taking advantage of.
Yeah, and I mean, occasionally I know Helium 10 will send you a like a warning that you've changed categories, because sometimes they might. I mean, some products are in more than one sort of category, so and then they might just decide to take me out of one, and then a day later they'll put me back, and I never know why and what's going on. But obviously they play around in the back end.
Yeah, those are the major thing actually right now. Is like they change it, but change it in one area, but they don't change the whole thing actually. So
Mhm.
then you end up in like, what's going on here actually?
So
Colin,
Annie is actually saying that
Colin,
I've heard of BTG and item type, etc. Amazon changes my product item type, and I tried changing it via flat file, but I can't push it through. So she's changing it. She's trying to change it back to what it was
It's a,
after Amazon changed it directly. So is
oh
that
yeah.
doable, or
Okay.
is it?
Well, I'll explain you this actually in more in detail how this works. So basically, um, when you create a listing, right? When you create a listing, if you don't fill up all the attributes and all the information, right? Amazon will automatically discover based on the customer search, they will automatically fill you up the information. When they fill that up, they become a winning contributor. Listen to this term called winning contributor. I don't know how many people know about this, first of all. If you guys know about it, just comment. Who knows about like a winning contributor? Um, so they become a winning contributor. So it doesn't matter what you try to change, you cannot change the listing. Well, because there is a hierarchy for them to change it. If you have to change the browse node, there is a browse node query team there separately. If you need to change the category, if you need to change something related to attributes, there is a catalog team there. There is if you need to change if you need to change the few other attributes actually, that's as a different team actually, right? You need to go through like a different team to get approval and then change it. How many times we get like a response in a straight way? They don't even know these many departments exist inside. So when they become a winning contributor, you need to go through this each and every approval in a right manner. That's what they say. Most of the time they're like, well, no, we cannot change it. You have to change it from your side. They push it back to us. So the first question what you need to ask is like, who is the winning contributor for this listing? So you can go and then call the seller central and ask them who's the winning contributor for this listing. They will tell you it's Amazon or you actually. So when they say Amazon, right, what you need to do is like ask them to create a ticket through brand registry, ask them to change your winning contribution to you actually. And you ask them to change one small attributes in the listing, and then you take a control and then you update everything after that. That's the hack actually, what I can give you right now.
And I think I've heard this happen when people, like you might be starting a new listing and you just put up half a listing and think I'll come back and fix it up later, and because I want to, do some work on it. And then when they go to make changes, they can't. It takes, maybe one word a day or something they can change. I've heard of people spending a couple of weeks to try and even get the headline back to what they want. So is this part of all this, or is this something different?
No, I don't know how many of, there is two things there actually in Amazon. If you go to the Seller Central, okay, I have to go to the one other listing. Let me see if I can show you something right now. Manage inventory. Okay, all right.
So, excuse me. So, Colin, right from the very start, when people are setting up their listings, they should seriously, really consider doing all the attributes as much as important. It's as important as having your listing with your bullet points, etc., etc.
Not when you created the listing.
Forwards.
No, not when they create a listing. Before the listing go live, actually.
Yeah. Before it goes live, yeah.
Before it goes live, just make
Yeah.
sure that you update everything. Otherwise, yeah, that's a questionable
And this is what Daisy asked
situation.
as well.
Yeah.
So you can do this only before doing your listing and launching.
Yeah.
No, you could do everything even anywhere at any point of time. It's not like you can do it at that point alone, but it's a super difficult when Amazon was like hold your listings and then like they have the winning contribution and then end up in like you need to be go through a lot of approval process actually. Think about it. Your main product was got affected and you're literally going through like you need to make the change right now. It takes like a 24 hours to 72 hours to respond to your all the response actually. So you're literally losing your momentum, you're literally losing your keyword, you're literally losing your Amazon choice. All the things will happen if you don't know how to navigate this path very well. I'm trying to open the one listing, like I'm having a hard time.
Okay. Let's see if
So
there
I
are
will
any other
show you.
comments. Yeah.
Because Mark, you see that quite a lot, don't you? Like, you know,
Well,
the
I've had a
roles
few
change.
people, yeah, who have just put in, you know, maybe half a title and, you know, one bullet. And then when they go to do the rest, it just, you know, I've known people that virtually try adding a couple of words and updating it. When that updates, go back and do the rest. I mean, it's stupid. You should be able to just, you know, get a basic listing up and then, you know, tweak it just before you go live. I mean, it just is crazy. I mean, you know, you don't, until you go and put it up and update it and have a look what it looks like and look at your bullets, you might then want to, you know, change it. And sometimes it's just very difficult to do.
No, it is. It is. I mean, like, see, again, we are learning right now. We are getting aware of these issues. It's not like, yeah, that's the basic things, right? You know, we are not aware of those six issues before. That issue does not. This is not even an issue before like 3 years ago.
No,
That's
it's,
yeah,
yeah.
that's what the problem. It's because there's nobody is there to communicate us that this is a changes is happening, and they are not communicating with us like properly in such a way that okay, these are the updates we did in the back end of coding, and this is where it's impacted. I'm not even sure they knows what is the impact analysis what they have. So that's why when they made any kind of improvement in the coding, it's other areas are affected and nobody knows actually what is affected, and we are the only person who's going through it and then we're getting affected. We're coming up with a workaround.
Mm.
But yeah, this one is like these are the issue. This one is like happening from 2019. It's not like even a new issue actually. But
Yeah.
right now they're enforcing on all the listing completely. That's the key that everybody needs to know, that they need to go on and check your listings right now at this point.
And I whole back end around, like, you know, 12 months ago, it looked completely different. And there's open up now and there's all these fields that I've got nothing in because they've obviously just created a whole new, you know, back end section. And they just throw your data across into wherever it fits. And then you've got a lot of empty fields, but nobody says, oh, we've changed the process or we've changed the back end. You need to go and revisit it. I mean, you know, it's not something you go to every, you know, week and have a look at your back end to see what they've changed. And I find that it's changing a lot lately, and not all the listings look the same. Some of them have got different back end, you know, sort of even headlines across, so the tabs aren't the same, which makes it pretty difficult for people to get their head around.
Yeah, no, see again, you know, I don't know who said that. If you're not stay on top of your game, actually, and then you got to be like better than your competitor who were doing much better than you. Actually, you have to be like stay on top of this game. I think the only way to stay on top of the game is like following, like you know, what are you guys putting up the every experts you're bringing in, and then talking about it, and then you just give them a here's making sure that even you got like a one keyword. I learned everything out of a one keyword actually. They talk about PPC. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what is PPC. When I started 2014, they were like, I think it's like who is that? Scott Walker was talking about PPC. I was like, one of my friends shared the video, and I was like, I'm not going to spend the money. So when I spend the money, then I was like, learn the system, and then like I spend the money. There's a lot of things happen actually. I spent like close to maybe like 40, 50 grand a month actually on the PPC alone, right? So the point is here is like how can we take our clues and how we can use our knowledge, the research knowledge right now, chat gpt, cloudy, and a whole bunch of amazon ai, and also danny is also come up with like a there's the amazon bot as well. He built it on his own. You go and then ask questions there, it gives the right amazing answers. You put your listings there and it gives the optimize, it gives you like a better answers for you actually. So use all these resources right now. We have so much resources, so much data and available right now, which does not exist in like 2019, 2017 actually. So think about search query performance, what we have. I mean, we just like, I remember I used like what is the keyword inspector and merchant keyword and all the tools actually before, like a long time ago, and to scrape the keyword and then come up with like a value for it. You don't even have to do that one. You already, everything is right now is like spoon feeded you at this point. You just have to pay for it and then get it done. I spent like an hours and hours to figure out those things right now before. So it's like you just have to take utilize, hear people, listen to the podcast, get the clues, go on the research. You have tons of content actually outside
But
to
Amazon
learn
do
it.
have a knack. Amazon do have a knack, Colin, of acting first without telling us, and then we sort of have to they do jump first before we get to find out. So we do have to follow them, don't we?
No, but the point is right. When you see the end of the day, it doesn't matter what Amazon does. Right? It doesn't matter. I mean, you can able to see the end tester is us. We are the end tester. So
That's right.
we are the one who's going to find out before even Amazon find out. We found this issue, grocery guide issue, in 2017 actually, and we escalated to the Jeff Bezos team completely. They sent a grocery guide to us like at that point,
Yeah.
2017. It was super interesting to find out the whole category session of it completely. So the point is, we are the end user. We know, if you're like, okay, let's say you're launching the product, you're trying to index the product, and then you're like, do the same thing that, okay, you run the PPC, the product ranked or not, same level of product, whatever it is, you did the same level of activity. Oh, you didn't rank. I mean, why it doesn't rank actually? So you go and check um, search query performance data, or you go to like a brand analytics data, find out like, okay, are we on the top of it? If not, okay, there is something is missing there. So if you go back and forth on the research and analysis phase of it, then you'll able to come up with a lot of answers actually. Then you're so if you are like a person like, okay, if somebody said, oh, give away like a four giveaways and do this that actually, and then if you just do the same thing, you're probably not going to learn, you're probably not going to understand what's going on in the back end actually. If you need to be like a very curious mindset, you need to be like ask questions about like what's happening, why this change is happening, why this result is coming, why I'm not getting this results. When you keep asking the question, you automatically able to identify the answer for it. We all know that one, right? It's like a pretty much that's how we learned so far, and that's how we come here right now, right? So
Yeah.
it's applied to a life completely. Yeah.
So, Colin, also tell us a little bit about this case study that you've been posting on your Facebook about this new product launch. And I saw that the
Sure. Yeah.
most recent post is about 23rd day results.
All right. That's like a new product launch. What we did recently. That's like a plus $100 plus product, basically. Um, it was an interesting product. What we launch is basically we divide. So basically, when we going into launch process, I usually divide the keyword into a different phases actually. So I take a one root keyword and I divide all the browse keywords actually. So one browse keywords and all the purchase keywords are completely. So I'll divide how many browse keywords and how many purchase keywords we have. Let's assume that I have something called garlic press. Okay, that's a browse keyword. And if I have like a stainless steel garlic press or garlic press, blah blah blah, and then you have a list of keywords along with the garlic press actually. So that's like a one browse keyword, and the other set is like a purchase keyword. So I'll divide all the keyword into different phases actually, which is like totally 7 keyword per phase actually completely. So the total number of keywords you have, you divide it into 7 completely. So you will have like a number of phases exist right now. So when you have the different phases, so we go through like, okay, I'm going to optimize my product into the first three phases to make sure that I can rank the first 3 phases. So when we adapt to that, when we launch that first phase, the Amazon will automatically shows you a ranking for certain keywords. Like they will show you ranking advantage for maybe like garlic, maybe like spatula actually, like they're like ranking for spatula. Then what I will do basically, like, okay, you know what, Amazon giving a more weightage on this keyword if the keyword was like a more relevant for my product as well. So what I will do, like, I instead of making that as a phase 3 and move that to the phase 1 keyword. So why? Because when Amazon was like giving a more relevancy, more free ranking for certain keyword, that means that that keyword is like a more relevant for that particular product actually. So I try to rank it first, and then I go with like a second. That's something called I come up with a strategy called keyword linking strategy, which is like you wait for Amazon to show the results, but you go through the regular launch process. You go through a regular launch process. You wait for Amazon show the results for a certain keyword. Take that hint, go back to the browse node, use that keyword for a launch. So one of the secret what we found is basically is like when you launch the keyword, you launch for the purchase keyword actually completely. when your purchase keyword is growing, when the purchase keyword is all ranking, your browse keyword is automatically going to rank actually. Let's go back a little bit. What is the browse keyword and purchase keyword, right? What does that mean? So the browse keyword is like simply, let's go into the factor that the customer who's not very educated about what is this product is all about actually. So the customer who's like doesn't know what they want, or something like, okay, they wanna they wanna get like a headset actually. They don't know what headset they want. That they want a noise cancellation. They want to do for a fitness workout headset, or they want to like a sleep workout sleep headset, or they want to do for meditation workout. They don't know what is that. So once they put the headset, they will find out, okay, you know what? I want noise cancellation. Oh, you know what? I want to do like a sleep as well. So I want that to be like a little bit soft. So when that headset is like a browse keyword, so people just come for to browse actually. They don't know what they want. So when they go in more details, they will like go and like identify exactly what product, what keyword, what product they want, what keyword they're putting up the right keyword. Those keywords are like a purchase keywords. So you can say, oh, then two small keywords are like a browse keyword, long keywords are like purchase keyword. No, it doesn't works like that. So you need to go into brand analytics and find the total conversion of all the top three products. If it's like above 15 percentage, it's like a purchase keyword. If it's like a below 15 percentage, it become a browse keyword. So that's how you calculate your browse and purchase keyword. um yeah, do you guys have any question? I'm sorry, keep like pouring a lot.
Yeah, no, this is interesting, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to type them in the comments over here, or you can also follow Colin on Facebook. So, also, Colin, I mean, in terms of AI, I wanted to ask you this as well. Like, what are some of the popular tools that you're currently using for your Amazon business?
No, right now I'm using like a Claude and also ChatGPT. Actually, that's what the most important thing. Right now, I'm trying to understand Danny's the AI tool. What do you build the bot actually? But
Right.
we just released some of the videos. I'm trying to learn and do that one actually. Um, but there are certain things we recently learned. It's a very preliminary stage of like talking about it in terms of like what Amazon. We found out that Amazon Image AI, like where you can able to optimize your image. The Amazon is right now like taking a data from your image as well. So which is like they have like a identification, like recognition, Amazon recognition, like AI recognition. If you put up like your image, it automatically tells you what is in that image completely. If not, you can able to target those images actually right now. So we just mixing up with the mid journey or whatever, right? We're trying to process that one. It's a very early stage to talk about. Maybe like in a 2 months, I may have like a perfect lot of data about how you can utilize image optimization using the Amazon Eye. But one thing that we identify is like you can able to project all the issues that what Amazon will suppress as images using the Amazon recognition AI, which you can able to go and then Google something called Amazon recognition recognizer actually something. You can type in there. You can able to, if you have like AWS account, you can able to look into it. If you upload your all your image, you can able to find out like what level of information you can able to, how Amazon understand in the algorithmic perspective of it with respect to your image actually. But yeah, we can
Okay.
have a call like in the next 2 3 months. I may have like a more information about so the key semantic core approach and also about like Amazon sentimental score and confidential score about your listing. So currently we're using a data dive in terms of like uh, farming all the yeah using the data to be like a creating the listing completely and take the data and use like a cloudy or chat gpt to complete the whole listing completely. That's what we're doing at this point.
Okay. Are you also using any tools for images, like especially lifestyle images to create lifestyle images?
See again, as I mentioned before, we're testing it right now. We're literally going
Okay.
through a task like
Right.
based on Amazon AI recognition engine. How can I feed that one to a mid journey and then able to change the image? Right now, we're just doing it manually. We have a designer in house actually, so we'll be
Okay.
using them to do all the things at this point. But yeah, um, very early to talk about that for sure.
Okay, awesome. Well, Colin, what's the best way for people to reach out to you? And do you offer any services that you want to talk about?
No, we're doing consulting actually at this point. Anytime
Right.
that you guys want to have a launch and relaunch up to your product, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to like a Colin Raja. That's my Facebook ID. Um, that's where you can able to catch me. And also, I'm putting up like a lot of videos at this point in my Facebook. I mean, all the issues what we're talking about. I have like a details, step by step videos there. You can able to catch there all the informations, and also I'm updating with the latest information as well there, so you can able to follow me. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
awesome.
Colin,
So
really,
Messenger. Yeah,
oh,
go
sorry.
ahead, Mark.
What I was going to say is, I think you've just added a couple more degrees to doing Amazon, because it used to be, if you had to do your degree in logistics and all these things, and now you're saying, as well as being PPC experts, we need to be browse tree guide experts. We need to be doing a lot more
Yeah,
work.
it's a
Another couple of
that,
degrees along the way.
yeah, it's a we do like a we working with like a couple of projects which is like a back end optimization completely, which is basically the people who doesn't know anything about like what's happening. Some of the clients who comes to me like basically I have no idea what's happening. I lost these things. I'm doing the launch. I don't know what's going on actually. Can you help me? So we take a look at the listings and go through that all the things what we talking about in terms of like attributes, refinements, and if there is like any specific issues in the listing completely, we try to fix it. And when you fix it, you automatically see the next day that we fix, you automatically see that the keyword is like moving to the upward position actually completely. So that's a funny thing, that how serious is this? It's like not only the game is not end by giving away, the game is not ending by just running a PPC. The game is like just started with the all the optimization, back end optimization. Actually, you need to be completely be aware of it and then make sure that you get that done. I mean, I hope I opened up like a different a different segment of it, the people's, I mean, who doesn't know about this, because I was suffer super long until I figured out this particular things actually. Because all we know is like, okay, you know what? I give away. I did everything. Like, what else? There's nothing I can do actually, right? I was in a deadlock completely. So then when we go and then keep asking questions, like go to Seller Central, you out of 10 people you call, you find like a one person who can able to respond to your answer actually, right? So until then, you ask the question. I mean, once I find out, like never leave them actually. I keep them in a call for 30 minutes and ask all the questions, whatever you can actually, completely. So to get it over completely. Yeah.
So really, if people can be spending mega dollars on PPC and going nowhere if these other back end features aren't right, that's the basis of what you're saying, isn't it?
100. Another funny thing is like your CPC costs increase. We have changed. We have a proof actually that we can see. We have seen if the mismatch is happening, your CPC costs increase. When you fix those things, your CPC cost is reducing. You can able to go on and compare this one with your competitor CPC and your CPC actually basically. So compare this value, and you'll able to find out that hey, am I higher or lower? It's like how these guys are like running a profitable PPC. I'm like I'm paying $25 per click actually, and the other guys are like still running the PPC. Within are they paying like a $30 or $40 when the product was like a $19 product actually, and how profitable the keyword is actually, right?
Yeah.
So one of the product we were like launching the product, the CPC cost is like a $19-20 actually, and I was like, how the hell that's happened actually? Everybody is like a $20 product, so that means that, so that's where you need to understand like there is something wrong in your listing actually side of it.
Awesome. Cool. Well, Colin, thank you so much for your time today. Very
Definitely.
insightful. And I'm sure a lot of people will follow you, and maybe some people will reach out to you as well for your services. So thanks a lot. Really nice catching up. And to everybody watching, wish you happy holidays. This is going to be our last webinar for 2023. So we will see you in 2024.
Yes.
And
Happy
in a week.
holiday,
All right, guys.
Colin. To you and your family. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, guys.
No
Thank
problem.
you, guys. Really
Thank-
appreciate
thank
it for your
you.
time. Yeah.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Colin. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All
Happy New Year,
right.
everybody.
Bye,
Happy New Year.
everyone.